Okay, for the Illustrator, you will now need to download the Apple PNG one. Same thing, click the three dots, open in a new window, and then click download. From there, you will go to Illustrator and you will go to File, Open. And you're gonna click the Apple one. Same as the Nike logo, the first thing you're gonna do is go to Layers and make this a template. Here you can see your fill and stroke. Your fill is white and your stroke is none. We actually have to give it a none fill. So I'm gonna click none, and then I'm gonna click stroke, and then I'm gonna double click it, and I'm gonna give it a color so I can see my outline. From here, you need to make a new layer. So I'm gonna click the Post-it, and I'm gonna go to the the pen tool, and I'm gonna trace. So I'm gonna first do the outline and just trace around it. Okay, and then from here is where you're gonna take your smooth tool to smooth out the curves. Here is the smooth tool under the rectangle. If it's not there, you need to hold it down and then find it within this drawer. And then always make sure your points are there. If there are no points, you need to go back and select it. So the black arrow selects it. Go back to the smooth tool and then just drag your mouse. Hold down the button and drag it like you're sanding like a piece of wood down or smoothing a surface out. And it will tighten and it will delete some of these points to simplify it for you. At this point, you can see that the dots are red, but we need to adjust them individually. So in order to do that, you need to actually click this white arrow instead, and white arrows will activate white points. So right now these points are red, but we need to get them to be white. So I'm gonna click away from it, and then I'm gonna click on it again, and then now you'll see that my points are white. So here is where I can use that the arrow and move the points around and adjust the handles. You don't really have to delete here the points, because when you use the smooth tool, it kind of deletes it for you, the ones that are really not needed. There will be times where you might have to delete extra points, but we'll talk about that later. But right now, the smooth tool should simplify it for you. If you mess up, there is no history in Illustrator. You just hit Command Z as many times as you want. Okay, so there is my stroke. I'm going to then take the selection or the black arrow. I'm going to move it over just here so I can have both of them on the canvas. I'm going to take the eyedropper and I'm going to click that. And if you want, you can always go back and smooth it out a little bit more. If you think you need to. Okay, so the difference here is that now that second piece, I want you to put in a different layer. When you start recreating or tracing like something with many, many layers, you're gonna want them to be on their own so that way you have control over them. So I'm gonna actually make this little leaf its own layer. So I'm gonna click new layer again. So now I'm gonna be working on layer 3. I'm gonna be doing the same things. Here you can tell my fill is now black. I need to switch it back. I can click this arrow, and so now my fill is none and my stroke is black. I don't want it black because I want to see it, so I'm going to make it a color for now. And then I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, and I'm going to trace the leaf. I'm going to go and take the smooth tool. And then I'm going to take the white arrow, click away, click back on it to make them white. Move the handles. So here is a point I actually don't need. So if you really want to remove a point without the smooth tool, you need to hold down the pen and then it says delete anchor point. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to click right on there and I'm going to delete it. It obviously got rid of that, so it pushed it in. So I need to go back to the white arrow. And I need to find that handle from that other point to pull it. Boxy might be easier, but Illustrator is more specific when you need it to be. When we get into more complex images, when you guys create like Command Z. You guys will be creating cartoon characters and there's a lot more shapes and a lot more layers. All right, I'm gonna click the black arrow. I'm gonna move it over. I'm gonna take the eyedropper, click that. You can release the template, go to layer 1, release the template. And there is both of your apples. I'm gonna grab this and just put it here. And then from here, you can go to File, Save As, keep it, and Apple, just put Apple Practice. Let me save it to my desktop. Keep it AI for now, and save.